Hello everyone, this is Akan and welcome for a new video of Civilization 5. So this game is so what I'm showing here is just the tourism that and showing that the Shoshone are influential with everybody but us. So this may suggest that the AI is really not making enough culture, considering we have almost more than twice the amount of culture the the other AI have, and the only reason Shoshone haven't win by culture is because of us. Even though he gets a ton of a very big bonus. So this is a special video. This one is played at twice the speed. The main reason is because this is only um, about warfare. There is absolutely nothing to really talk about. So I'm just showing the map, this part of the let's play at twice the speed, and I'm just recording my voice over it. So as you can see, it's been a while I've played this game, so I have to comment after remembering what I was doing. But basically, this is the last phase of the game. We have just the capital of Songhai, not Songhai, the Shoshone um, and the Mongols to capture. So basically, I'm still doing the same thing I'm used to do, which is to bring forward the tanks, and then I will use the rocket artillery to just as a range unit to kill the units. So it's a bit of a slow crawl, but this goes pretty well considering the Shoshone were, I think, the first in military at the start of this war. So they have really a lot of units and quite well upgraded, even if it's not as good as ours. They still have a lot of units. But on the other hand, the cities are really weak, so it's very easy to kill the city. So as you can see here, I'm starting to set up my all my units in order to capture the capital of Mongolia. Meanwhile, I have to deal with all these little wars with my neighbors. Uh, Really, at no point I was afraid of whoever was attacking me from a city state or from one of my borders. There was like absolutely no way that I would lose these wars. But sometimes there was like one or two city that was likely to that could die from some of these units. But it's just like every turn was like like 15 minutes to play one turn, because I have like to go on all these little cities and to kill every unit that is surrounding them. This is not a problem with the mod. This is just a problem with Civ 5 in general because of one unit per tile. This makes late game wars really annoying, in my opinion. I think uh, I think one unit per tile works really well with 5 units in battle of 5 units and such. But as soon as you start to have really a ton of units everywhere, it starts to really be annoying to do that kind of wars. Especially when you think that it's already a foregone conclusion, like I think I was thinking about at this point. Also, this is why I'm looking at the promotion, is because this is the first time in the mod that I noticed that the promotion aren't the same as in the base mod. So I've played like 270 turns before before noticing that. Um, because I didn't understand why some units could get March and not others, and then I suddenly saw that it was different. So basically, this is like some kind of a World War II Germany style, like with tanks, planes, and artilleries. You just if the AI has a ton of units, you will have to sacrifice some of them. You cannot play as in the first wars, where you try to slowly go forward and not lose every one unit. Here, once the AI starts to pump out a ton of units, you will have to match their production in units, and then bring forward as much unit as you can. So in that case, I end up losing a few tanks here and there, but this is no problem. The artillery is there mostly to make the difference, since the AI is really pathetic with planes, so it doesn't use them very well. So basically, this is what will make the difference. What will finish the units off, kill the most annoying range units, because this is what you fear from the AI. It's their range units, which will kill your front units from the back. Autocracy, in my opinion, feels like by far, far, far the best late domination ideology. This is because of the zeros, which gives you planes for no strategic resource cost. They don't cost oil, so you can spam them, and they still make a decent air to ground force. So it will help you defend your own territory from all these little units that roam everywhere. And this is very important in this mod, because the cities are really weak unless you make arsenals and stuff, but you don't necessarily want to start making defenses. Just make them in your most exposed city, like in my case, Mediolanum and London. This is where I should be making them. So you want to make a lot of zeros, so that your front line is saturated with planes, like you have 10 planes in every frontline cities. And the next reason you want to play autocracy is because you will get free airports in all your cities. So this will allow you to get 10 planes in every newly conquered city as you move forward. So this will really bring forward your domination. The next reason is that by getting airports, the units you're making back at home can be instantly brought forward. So this is why I really prefer autocracy. They also have some nice bonuses, like more bonus in strength, a bonus in strength, and bonuses in happiness that will allow you to sustain the unhappiness hit from having a ton of cities. So this is at least for late game warfare. I'm not an expert on the mod, so I don't know if the mod allows you to win the game very early by with really cheap units like crossbows and stuff. Maybe you can do that at Deity in this mod. This is a nice possibility. I haven't tried it yet, but maybe it can be done. Or maybe you just slowly take a territory one after the other. But the problem I had by doing that, I tried it once, and the problem I had is that everybody was hating me and everybody was making war on me, so I had no way to move forward in these wars. But maybe it can be done. I don't know. I don't really know the mod well enough to say one way or the other. So England also declared war on me on this turn, on turn 273. This is the same as the other guys. I don't really care, honestly. It's just like that. Yeah, I don't really want to lose York and then have someone next to London and risk losing London. Then I will have to come back, take it, etc., etc. So yeah. And the other thing that it does is that it makes every turn slower and slower every time. Like I don't know how long it has been. This is at twice the speed, and we're still in the same turn. It takes really a long time to get these turns. So as you can see, my front line is always pushed back every turn because the AI at this difficulty, at this time in the game, it will make one unit in each city every turn. It no longer has many buildings and many wonders to make. It starts to get a lot of very big city, very productive cities, and this is the time the AI will start to really make a ton of units. This is not really the case in the mod at an earlier stage. The AI is a lot easier to conquer at earlier stage in the game because it doesn't really make a lot of units. But in the modern era, industrial, modern, and atomic era, it will start to really make a ton of units, and at this point you really will have trouble to move forward unless you really have a nice production. So this is why all my cities back home are making zeros, artilleries, tanks. This is because I'm losing some every turn and I have to move forward. I'm also getting some nukes. This will help. Uh, this will help a bit, not that much. It will help mostly to kill Mongolia at a later point. Okay, so I'm already having trouble speaking. Not used to speak so much in one go. In English, I mean. Okay, so this is mostly what you see in this. Uh, I don't know if this high production comes from the mod or if it's approximately the same in the base game. I think I remember sometimes the AI in the base game for late warfare has the same phenomena where it doesn't have any buildings to make. So instead of making buildings, it just makes units. It just makes units without stopping. And since in this mod the production bonuses are really high, you end up with a situation where the AI will make one unit every turn in every city. Well, not maybe in every city, but at least in its biggest cities, it can make one unit every turn. But to be honest, this is approximately the same thing that happens in my mod at demigod and deity difficulty, so it's not like this is very bad or something. But this is what makes war really difficult in the late game and really slow moving. This is something that wouldn't really be the case in something like Civilization 4, because you can directly make all your army fight all their armies. So a war in Civilization 4 can be dealt with in 5-10 turns. If you kill their stacks, it's over. So this is good and bad. This is bad in the sense that it makes war a little bit too quick, too anticlimactic. But on the other hand, it really reduces the amount of micromanagement you have to make in the late game. So this is what you will see here. Every time I get a new unit, it asks for promotion, and then it asks to be moved. I have to find room for them. Then I have all these little fronts with these single units going everywhere. I have to defend like 4 or 5 cities at the same time. It's not really hard. I can always bring unit back with airports. So this is why autocracy is really strong. You can be everywhere at once. You have zeros in every city. Yeah, this is why I like autocracy in the mod if you want to play for domination. I've looked at the other ideologies and really I don't really see as much potential in the other two ideology for war. On the other hand, autocracy looks really weak for everything else, so I think you're fine. This also may be one reason why you may want to finish off the AIs, but sometimes it's not always easy to find their last cities and stuff. Like for example, in this scenario, I have taken all cities of Theodora on the map, on the main continent, but she has some remote city somewhere that I don't know where, and there is still a possibility that she comes with some destroyer or some stuff. So as you can see, the list of damage every turn is really big. This is like because all these little tanks on the front are getting attacked, but once your rockets can start killing the cities themselves, this means you're winning. Because once you will be able to grab the city, it will really cut down on their production, on the production of their defenses, and sometimes the AI doesn't seem really smart and let you keep the city from one turn to the next, even though in this mod cities can be killed in with one unit. Because once you capture a city, it removes every defense buildings, and in this mod, this is defense buildings that gives cities their strength and their hit points. So how long are we? We're at half the video approximately, so I have to find something to talk about. Because mostly from one turn to another, this is exactly the same thing I'm doing. I'm just killing units. It would be interesting to see how much units I've killed in this playthrough. Probably a lot. I think I will lose one of these cities in the south, like P. Ramses, one of the cities from Egypt. I think I lose one at some point because it was not defended well enough. But I think I get it just the next turn or something. So things with the Shoshone are really getting solved. This is almost finished to kill him. The thing is, I have to capture the city of Jakarta, so I still have to push north, even after getting Mosonkani. So this will take me a few turns, but the next big guy will be Mongolia. I think at this point he was first. I think Mongolia was first. Yeah, here I'm getting the World Fair. I think I'm just trying to get the first bonus, which is the free policy. This is the only thing that really interests me, but I think it doesn't really I don't really even care about the bonus. So okay, so defending the south against England, I don't think I lose York. I think in extremis I'm able to do it. I don't remember. I don't remember what happens with York. So this would be a surprise. In the west, yeah, we're bidding on Mosonkani, and the next step will be to fight Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan has really a ton of units, as you can see on the west here. It's like he has saturated his small land with units, and then yeah, and then here I make a terrible mistake because I attack also Egypt. So I will have to fight both Egypt and Genghis Khan, which really slow down this attack. And finally, I will be able to solve the Mongolian problem with nukes. This is nukes that will solve the problem. And the city that I lose, the Egyptian city that I lose, is also the one that is taken by Egypt by all these boats in the south, all these ironclads and stuff. This is taken by Egypt, one of the cities on the coast. So yeah, attacking on Egypt territory there was a mistake. Well, it didn't cost me the game, so I think it's fine. But yeah. So Mosonkani is well, not Mosonkani, but the Shoshone are almost done. They don't once they lose their capital and one or two more cities, they no longer have the production means to fight me. But on the other hand, the Mongolians have really a ton of units, and I'm getting shot by also some of Egypt stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to kill everything that is coming my way. But anyway, this is inevitable. So yeah, like Alexandria has 9 health. I think city could use a little bit more health, even if you don't have walls. I like the fact that they want you to make walls, but I think this is already the case because of the crime unhappiness, and I don't think the difference needs to be that high. This makes Puppet City a little bit too weak. If at least you could defend easily with with units inside the city, this would be less of a problem. But I think cities are a little bit too weak. Yeah, 32 strength when you have a castle and a walls, maybe a bit low. Yeah, with an arsenal it would be better, but I don't know. Anyway, you just make zeros and you're fine. Or put unit forward. Yeah, so here I defend against England. So more micromanagement a bit everywhere. This is basically the last video that is long. After that, I've just made one little video which is very short, which is like just me nuking Mongolia and then being done with the game. So yeah, so a ton of tanks, and in my original territory, I'm continue to make tanks. At this point, it's absolutely useless to try to make buildings. This is the time where you want to make units every time in continually. I think the mod has something to allow you to continually make buildings. So we finally get most uncanny. As you can see, getting a city, it ends up with very little health. So the next one thing you want to do is to protect the city so that it doesn't get taken back the very next turn. So this is what I'm trying to do, and this is also another advantage of the free airport, is that you get a new city, and at exactly at the time you get the new city, you will get the free airport, and this will allow you to airlift some units from afar. You will airlift the units, and you will circle your newly acquired city to make sure it isn't captured on the next turn. So this, you can't do that for the coastal cities, which are usually the most problematic to keep when taking them with a purely land army, because you will take the city with your land army, and then on the other side, in the sea, you have a ton of enemy ships that will just take the city back every turn. So you just have to be patient and just keep one or two units, a few units there to just keep the city and keep retaking the city every turn, and basically dwindling down their number of sea units. One thing that could be good, for example, for order would be maybe something that could be called like Iron Curtain, and give you free wall castles and arsenals in every city. This would be I think a cool way to boost to make it closer to autocracy. Maybe just maybe a suggestion. It's just that at this stage in the mod, for domination, free airports just beat everything. Everything I've seen from the other ideologies. Maybe it's by design. They want autocracy to be uh, the ideology for domination. This is a possibility. I don't mind. This is fine with me. This is already the case in the base game. Although some people really like order for the base game. So maybe I'm wrong on that, but I usually prefer autocracy, at least for late game stuff, because of the bonuses to courthouses and the mega bonuses for happiness mostly. But order has some really nice bonuses for happiness, also in for domination, because it's very easy to get monuments, so you get 2 happiness in every city, and then when you have strong enough AIs, they usually give you cities with some production building and some science building, whereas in with autocracy you usually don't get a city with walls and stuff, so you don't get the happiness from this. I think I think it was maybe in a previous video, but I also got the Neuschwanstein, which makes wall give 1 extra happiness, which is pretty good with the mod when you're trying to get domination. So as you can see, I'm at -10 happiness. This is not a state you really want to be in, because your units are weaker. Your units are weaker, and you really lose a ton of gold. Yeah, especially because you're playing with a lot of cities, so getting this differential between +10% and -10% makes a very big difference on your yields. This massive unhappiness is mostly due to the speed of the conquest. Because every time you get a new city, before you get the normal city unhappiness and stuff, you get a time for revolution, which is like some raw happiness you cannot fight. So here I'm trying to fight the unhappiness. So I'm scrolling through my cities to micromanage them and get and fight the illiteracy, poverty, and boredom mostly. So this is mostly what I do. So I look at the happiness uh, details, and then yeah, I try to get back at least to some positivity, because my newly acquired cities from the other civilization are not as well developed, and I haven't spent as much time microing them to make sure they don't really make happiness, etc. So yeah, so I have to finally. So as you can see, just moving citizens around in some of these towns to boost the goal. Some of these getting some scientists, some merchants, etc. Made me go directly from -10 to plus. I'm actually at +7. There may be a delay between my recording and the video, but I'm at -7, and I think I get back to +10 and then continue my war, like +8. So basically, you just want to put everything in manual assignment. You can choose to do goal focus directly, so it will directly decrease the poverty, and then you look at the illiteracy and see what you can do. This is my suggestion to win sometimes, because I was getting tired of just clicking everything for poverty, so I just put everything on goal focus, and this solved most of the problem with unhappiness. So yeah, I'm getting close to Jakarta, so Medan and Timok didn't last very long. There are really a lot of great person improvements from the AI, a lot of citadels everywhere. So I think I just got stealth bombers. So this will also accelerate my conquest of Mongolia. But bombers are a little bit weaker in the mud, mostly because it seems they can't have repair. Uh, as far as I can tell, bombers can't have repairs, and the strength of your airplane is pretty much uh, linear with the health it has. So basically, if you have like a bomber at half health, it will make half damage. So this is why repair in the base game is probably the most important upgrade for planes. But since in this mod bombers can't have this promotion, yeah, it's really quite a strong nerf to airplanes in my opinion. Maybe they've also changed the damage it does. I don't really know. So yeah, I got a free one, and I think I got lightning warfare. Lightning warfare makes it so that your tanks, uh, well, your general too, but don't care for the generals. Your tanks get uh, can now ignore the AI, the zone of control of units. Usually, the zone of control is like when you have a unit, you cannot move around the unit. You will be stopped. It will consume your movements. But with this policy, with zone of control, your tanks can now fly through the units, and this is also one of the reasons why autocracy is very liked. Autocracy is really loaded at level 2. Uh, the level 2 policies, there are a lot that are very good. You have the happiness from courthouses, you have the more damage, you have really a lot of stuff. So it's actually a little bit hard to pick everything you really want at this level. Okay, so we're probably approaching the end of this video. Yeah, in like 3 minutes. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I'm getting close to Jakarta. Jakarta won't take very long to get, which is not surprising because I'm targeting it with range logistic artilleries. So yeah, it won't take long to do that. Meanwhile, yeah, it takes me a little bit more time to get rid of Mongolia until I bring the some nuclear war bombs. Then I will directly just nuke Karakorum. I nuke Karakorum and then just take it with a tank just to finish the game. Uh, Otherwise, the war with Mongolia would have taken a lot more time because he really has a lot of units. So every turn he push them forward, and this takes us a lot of time. So I think I lose Akhenaton, the city of Akhenaton. I don't know how it's pronounced, something like that. On the coast in the south. Yeah, so more tanks. Yeah, so I upgrade the tank. Um, yeah, I don't know why I couldn't airlift him right away, but okay. Oh yeah, because since in this turn I took lightning warfare, my tank also gets one more movement, one more move, and this gives him. This doesn't. So they are like 5 moves base. So when I took lightning warfare this turn, they now have 5 on 6 moves, and they can no longer be airlift. So on this turn I couldn't airlift any units, so they were just put on hold in most cities. Alright, so I think that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoy it. Let me tell you if you prefer me to accelerate that kind of boring, not well, it's not necessarily boring, it's fun to play, but to comment it's absolutely awful at the normal speed. So let me tell if you appreciated the acceleration of this part of the game, and maybe I will do it for another video. Alright, so thank you everyone for listening to this video. I will let you enjoy the end of the video, which shouldn't come long, and see you for another video of Civilization 5.